one picture that kind of stands out to me is definitely the picture of Von Miller and all that stuff that he did. I mean, honestly, it's kind of like so like when I'm not like super into car photography, but I see something like that, I'm like, wow, this guy's legit. It builds credibility, and so just
For
having
sure.
Von Miller in there is just a really really nice start to your portfolio there.
Yeah, so that was a cool shot. I did that for Dub Magazine, and it was actually a friend referred me to his agent who kind of hooked that up.
That's a good friend right there.
Yeah, and I'm growing up in Colorado. I'm a huge Bronco guy, so getting to meet Vaughn and shoot one of his vehicles, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, so you're showing up there, and you've never photographed a celebrity before at this point, correct?
Correct.
And so, are you a little bit nervous? Are you like good to go, or were you intimidated at all? Or
I was definitely nervous going into it. I felt like a little kid. I was googly-eyed. Didn't want to mess anything up. Wanted to make sure I got all the photos that they needed. But it all quickly wore off once I realized how down to earth and humble he was.
Yeah, I figure if I ever photographed a celebrity, it would be kind of like I might be nervous, but then once you kind of strike up the conversation and start taking photos, it's probably just like photographing anybody else.
Yeah, once you build up that rapport, everything kind of moves very smoothly.
Yeah. So what kind of car did he have?
He had a wide body Camaro.
Like a new one?
It was one of the newer ones. I think it was like a 2007.
But not like a 60s. 70s.
No, it was a more modern one.
New
And he's very into comics, so it was like a Batman themed one. It's a pretty cool car.
Black, I bet.
Was it just him there, or was there like a set of people?
So when I was waiting for them, actually a white Range Rover pulled up, and Von Miller jumped out, Chris Harris, Aqib Talib, and TJ Ward, and they all piled out, and my jaw dropped.
You've probably been watching these people on TV for like years, and just like, was this before or after they won the Super Bowl?
This was the same year. This was just before during preseason, so I was pretty amped up.
Yeah, man, that's such a great photo to have in your portfolio. You photographed him like the year that he did the Super Bowl, and man, that's so cool. Did you connect with any other players after that, or?
No, unfortunately, not really.
I remember seeing you made it into Dub Magazine. Right? Oh, that's so sick. And so that's a great credential to have on your resume too. So whenever you go for a car drive, you can be like, I photographed Von Miller, and we photographed this car that he had, and that's a great way to kind of kick in the door there.
Definitely awesome. Kind of build some credibility and some trust.
So you're going up to the Camaro, and like, what's the first thing that you do? Do you set up lighting? Do you?
So funny enough, the car, one of the back rear tire the back right tire was flat, so we couldn't move it because there were cool spots around his property that I really wanted to shoot it at. But we had to kind of push the car in front of his garage.
Well, thankfully you had like 3 football players there. So.
Yeah, that probably made it easier.
It's true.
Just hold the camera during that part. Go ahead, guys.
So, what would happen if it was like just him and he like had a broken arm or something? You're like.
Fortunately, it didn't work out like that.
Yeah, we didn't have to push it too far, thankfully. No injuries occurred.
What if you pulled his sholdder, like you made him move the car, and you ruined the Super Bowl?
Yeah, he was the Super Bowl MVP that year too. That I couldn't live with myself.
Do you have to have insurance for this?
Yeah, I was gonna wonder, would that be extra insurance for a gig like that?
I actually do not have insurance on something like that.
Yeah, that's probably a good way.
But you're just starting out. You just got this call from your friend or whoever. You probably weren't even expecting it. And how long? This was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you set up the lights, and how many lights are set up?
I had 3 speed lights, so they're just the small radio triggered flashes. I had to shoot at pretty much high noon, and it's not the best time to shoot a black car, but.
Yeah.
Normally, you probably shoot that pretty high up on your f-stops, like maybe like f5, 6.
Yep.
Maybe 8.
Yeah, so I was trying to like cross light with the sun, just trying to get rid of the reflections and everything, but made it work.
Yeah, how do you get rid of reflections?
So the main, like an essential part of doing car photography is having a circular polarizer. And so you can really kind of dial in which reflections you have and which ones you don't.
That's a very helpful tool, actually.
It is.
Yeah, I've never even owned a polarizer or anything, but it's like, you learn about these other genres of photography. I'm like, that's where that's used.
So do you use that for both lenses then? For both your 7200 and your 24/7?
Yeah, so anytime I'm doing car stuff, I did have 2 of them. I had an incident where my camera strap came off for some reason. I had my circular polarizer on my 7200, and the camera hit the ground, and that polarizer shattered, but it saved my lens.
Yeah.
I only had one now, but
in the big
could have been worse.
Could be worse. Yeah,
I usually rock
the
two of
lens
them.
is okay. Those lenses are pricey.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
So can you speak on Von Miller and kind of maybe his love for cars a little bit, or did you get much conversation time there?
Yeah, so he's definitely a car guy. I'm not. He has the Range Rover. He had that Camaro, and then he had a BMW i8.
The electric one?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very forward.
Spaceship.
Yeah.
That was when it pretty much just came out too. So I was like, I'd never seen one of those in person.
Yeah, what's this thing? Yeah.
He's very down to earth. Definitely a car guy. He's a goofy guy, and I don't know. I love his personality and what he brings to the team. And
So how did you get?
This was a clip from the full Photo Footage podcast. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you every Sunday for a new podcast. Every Sunday, new podcast. Subscribe now. Thank you very much. Thanks.